I'm also I'm also in a kind of messed up room, only in my boxers, so I don't think that will be really efficient to do so.
I
I'd
can
have to
take
like
the bot out.
I, I'd have to like close up and clean my room and make sure that I don't mistakenly masturbate because I forget about you and all those sorts of things, man. I
Okay,
cannot
so
risk that.
you want to clean up before you show us your room.
Yeah, tells something.
Third slot SI.
I is not cleaning up your room as much. And I mean, I don't ever clean up my room, so one of the reasons I don't have a camera.
Okay. I'm just
The other
messing with you.
is I've never actually thought about getting a camera. I think microphone is enough, and I have such a distinct voice, in my opinion. No, that might not be true, but whatever. That you can recognize me through it.
Yes.
I mean, I'm kind of revealing myself in a sense that I'm showing you my weaknesses, because I'm showing you my body language, and I'm more prone to being actually deduced. Actually can deduce things about me and learn that, I don't know, I'm preparing a super devious plan, my thoughts. I have really bad experience in FJs where I just believe that they can read body language so well that whenever I think something secret, they just read it off my face, word for word. So I don't want to risk that either. It'll be on the footage. Yeah, mate.
Do you have a tape on your camera?
I don't have a camera, I only have a phone.
That was a test. You passed.
Suze is judging the hell out of you right now, Ash. I hope you know that. Those long drags, there's so many thoughts going on in that.
I just hear silence. Is that an INTP trait?
What?
That's a tire.
Yeah, that was sarcasm. Of course, it's an INTP trait. They don't say shit until they actually do shit to show you
Who's
that
the
shit.
one pushing your
That was a
buttons
whole
here?
lot.
Yeah, and I interrupt a lot of other people and talk too much. So
That's because you're not listening, because you're busy playing your game.
Yeah, you introvert.
also, ENTP is the most introverted type of extroverts.
I think that's just something random to say.
I mean, how often do you hear Adra talk?
That's Audra.
All right.
Don't change the subject. This is your intervention.
Right.
I was hoping this would be funny, but you're taking it way too serious, Ash.
Yeah, because everybody thinks that all the time and says that all the time. And it gets a bit tiresome. I've already explored that possibility and got an existential crisis out of a fucking joke, so...
Existential crisis? What the hell?
I mean, you spend so many days on MBTI and then you're not even sure of your own type, Suze.
What? That's
You
an
spend-
INTP trait.
You don't think ENTPs could do that to you?
Who questions their own type the most? Who is more likely to react that way when someone questions their type?
I mean, when they question you all the time, of course you're gonna fucking react. You'd have to be too much arrogant. I'm really arrogant and I'm still not arrogant enough to fucking surpass that. I mean, Suze, if I ask you if you're actually tall, then you'll fit. Now, if I ask you if you're actually tall in a personal way, of course you'll fucking think about it. I should swear less.
In a personal way.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd say you'd tell me your height, and I'd say you're too short to be an average person in America. Everybody will notice, blah blah blah.
Then I'll
And
say,
of course,
okay.
you'd be researching the average height from Quora to fucking hell. I should swear less. From Quora to
No, I wouldn't.
you should research from Quora to every single place.
No.
No?
Why would I do that?
You believe you're tall all your life, and somebody would suddenly say you're short.
I'm still the same height.
Yeah, but it's a matter of perspective. Everything is a ratio.
Yeah, and that ratio doesn't change just because a number changes. I still look
changes.
from the same perspective. Okay,
Yeah,
you're right.
the
Your
number-
TI is shit. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You did that on purpose, didn't you? I'm being rude. It wasn't intentional.
You're not being rude because I haven't heard you.
Oh, okay.
See, a loophole. A kind of social loophole. Who else will do that except for an ENTP to get out of a sticky situation?
No, that could be TI Polar. I'm just joking.
No, but I've laughed that. Nobody on air will actually type me INFJ, so that was funny.
INFJ?
is not very following.
ISFJ?
Are you ISFJ?
No, not fucking hell. TE polar. Yeah, TE polar, TI polar. My SI is messing up.
Okay.
See,
I had to force you to make some.
That's a fight. INTP against ENTP. One uses FE, the other uses SI, and you've totally wrecked me with your SI. I'm not sure if I exist
with my SI.
I figured that it would be a funny social experiment if you just, went around MBTI communities telling people they're like trying to convince them that they're some other type, they recorded, but then everybody would just get stupid.
Everybody would get so unsure.
What?
So everybody would get so unsure.
Yeah.
But I mean, INTPs wouldn't worry. They thrive in unsure situations. And then
Thrive in
unsure
unsure
down the line.
situations.
Yes.
Is that the thing?
I don't know.
Just make shit up.
Another ENTP trait.
Or it was
Do you
sarcasm.
know how hard it is to foster an SI thing you actually believe?
What are you trying
You know-
to say?
What are you talking
I mean,
about?
only SI dominants can achieve that, and then they get arrogant their whole life and nearsighted.
What's
You know how
next?
hard? You know how hard it is to deal with SI shit? Like be actually so sure of something.
To be
Like,
too
not
sure
even
of something?
Not even an I can be sure of something as much as I.
SI.
We as royal scientists believe in empiric proof, and that's SI, of sorts.
Are
Now
you?
you've messed up all my SI work.
Well, so is TE. TE's
Yeah,
inductive.
but they work in cooperation, and SI is more empiric.
Empirical inductive. Yeah. Induction.
and that was French. I don't speak French. I just love to say that in French, even though I hate French.
I have to learn French.
Why?
School.
Yeah, alright, me too.
So
Not as much.
my focus is Persian history. So, when Europe controlled the world in the 1800s and 1900s, so they sent all the historians around and archaeologists around, and they wrote in their obviously native language. In Iran, it was mostly the French. So I have to learn French because I have to translate their sources myself and not rely upon English.
A part of my family is French, so I might just mail it to them. And pay them some ransom, of course.
I took French in school also.
Like my ESTP cousin that lives in America is French, and is blonde and is blue-eyed. Imagine how much pussy he must get.
Here, that's normal.
No, he's French.
I don't like French men. But yeah, accents, people like that. Or hate it.
Well,
There's a bird.
what bird is that?
Pelican?
Is it?
Think so. Some sort of it.
I thought they had a bigger mouth. You're right. I think. Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah, it is. I thought that a bigger, under mouth. I don't know what you call that. Whoa!
Yeah, it's flexible. Like, look at this guy.
Okay, cool. I'm not well versed in seafowl, obviously. Audra, what are you working on? What are you doing?
Thinking about going fishing a few hours.
Yeah.
Resting, but not really sleep.
What the hell? Started looking at pictures of pelicans. That one.
Yeah, that's the one I saw. That's when I was like, whoa.
Oh, there's more. Oh, I guess it's feeding a baby or something.
Yeah, right.
I can drop out for a little while.
Okay. Good night, Audra.
My phone stopped working, so I got a new one, and then, or newer one. I mean, it's not like the newest version or whatever, but anyway, I put a thumbprint to open it, like a thumbprint unlock, instead of putting in a PIN number for a password. Then I
Mhm.
updated the phone, and then after the update, it said to open the phone, I can't use my fingerprint. I have to use a PIN number. I didn't set up a PIN number, so I can't get in my phone.
Have you never set it up?
No, I didn't. I never set up a PIN number.
No, but then you should be able to get it from the operator you got the original SIM card from.
Well, I was gonna go down to the Verizon store today and then see if they can get in my phone. I don't know.
Yeah, it comes with a default PIN. And they usually
Wait,
have
Adra run away.
Yeah, she
Where's
went
Adra? Ah,
I guess I can. Yeah, I can look that up.
They can.
what were we talking about when I left?
I don't remember.
Have I really been gone for so long?
No.
But I'm just worried because if I type in the wrong password 5 more times, it erases everything. So I'll just wait.
Good luck.
I mean, I've already tried a whole bunch of things. But yeah.
That's interesting. I've just realized I will show you my.
What?
I've just realized I will show you my screen, but I won't show you my face.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
No. It's not.
That's not weird.
No, that is more willing to show his screen than his face.
Yeah, that's his 4th slot FE.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
Doesn't want people to make judgments about his face.
Don't judge my face, bruh.
Mm-hmm. Said Ash, the INTP.
There you go. Voila.
Is that you?
Yes.
How old is that picture?
That's me.
How old is that picture?
About 2 weeks. I don't know.
Shit! Baby face.
No problem with that.
No!
I mean, Zeus.
I knew you were young, but yeah. You can tease me.
I mean, it's all a matter of perception.
It is.
Sounded so fucking. Oh god. Oh well.
You were about to say something.
No.
Okay.
I think that I'm more chill than I've used to be. My INTP friends tried to piss me off today, and I didn't even realize he tried to piss me off. I just shrugged and said, "Alright." He expected a strong emotional reaction from me, and I just shrugged it off.
Well, yeah, you're definitely not an 8. That's for sure.
What? What did you say?
You're not an 8.
How so?
You're not fighty.
Yeah, there's no fight in you.
Why? Why would I fight?
Because 8? I don't know. Who knows
It
why
is rather
8's
paranoia.
are?
I mean,
Paranoia.
I thought so much that it lost its value. I don't see myself as a 7. Maybe a 6, but I'll just be
6.
weird. I don't know, Luna said that I might be a 6. Like, most ENTPs are either 8 wing 7 or 7 wing 8, so I don't see a correlation.
I want to meet an 8 wing 9. I want to see it.
I think that will most likely be an INTJ.
Nah.
Yes.
An
Definitely.
8 INTJ? No way, dude. No.
Have you met INTJs?
Yeah, I know a lot of INTJs in real life. And they're like, I'm real close.
INTJs are similar to ENTPs and ENTJs. ENTPs and ENTJs. Those two types are one of the most
You're not gonna go out
fightiest
picking
types
fights.
ever. And you say
They'll,
that
they'll debate with you if it's relevant to whatever they're interested in. Outside that, they're not gonna pick fights.
you don't have to pick fights all the time.
INTJs are type 5s or they're type 6s.
I hate Enneagram, as I've said 60 times before. But if you look at this, 8, link 7, Enneagram, 8, link 7, Enneagram, no, not even 8, link 7, just 8. Enneagram Institute, right here. Right here. You see down here somewhere that their growth is, no, that their stress is actually 2. And 2. And 2. And 2 is actually... No, 5, fuck's sake. And 5 is actually the investigator. And the investigator is their paranoia.
What's that mean?
That means that they're basically an INTP similar thing. So 8 wing 7s
What's
might
it
be
mean that
similar.
a 5 is the paranoia of 8?
Yeah, when they get stressed out, they want information. They want to go in the background and learn shit. Those 7 within stress will also go to 5. Fuck's sake. Alright. Ignore that. You've heard nothing.
Mm-hmm.
There's so few achievements. Oh well. Statistics. Times played 5. Hours played 1. Saves. Loaded 4. Games quit 2. Minutes played 4 hours. 5 I walked 5 kilometers?
Who's that? That's it, all right back?
That's awesome. Times used. I used the dirt and torches. I've mined 1,000 stone blocks. Jesus Christ. 169 of coal. Those are some nice stats. But not all of them are true. Alright, so retype me. What's my...
Relax, just messing with you.
Oh, hi.
No
Thank you.
bad intentions.
So retype my Enneagram.
I have no idea what your Enneagram is. But you're not fighty.
Yeah, you're just not Nate.
I mean, is Audra fighting?
She can be.
I think.
Yeah.
Alright. If you could see, I think there's a video or footage of me fighting somewhere. If I would fight with you guys, you're like, most of you are twice my age, so you just called me off as immature and end the argument, and
No,
that doesn't seem productive.
never done that to you.
You haven't, because I don't
No.
want to fight with you.
Well, I just never do that. This wouldn't happen.
You mean fight?
No, just
How do you?
end an argument by calling somebody immature or saying you're younger than me, therefore you're wrong.
I've noticed a lot of people do that, at least subconsciously.
That's unfair.
Oh no, they do, and that's wrong.
We're Alpha Quadrant.
Somewhere I found a comment on Quora that I think the person was an INFP. Roasted. No, just joking. And either way, that person said that they just disregard everybody who's under the age of 21.
You found that where?
I think on Quora.
That's one person.
I don't know.
If you found it on
And you also
Quora,
have-
it's multiplied like by 10.
And you also have teachers and stuff, and people everywhere. I know most of the people I know. Well, I cannot say that anymore because internet. But maybe about 1/3 or half of the people I know are my age, so I cannot judge that as well. I just have to judge from what I've experienced.
Have you ever wondered, like there is some distribution by type, like typically, just how many people take the test,
Mm-hmm.
and like there's like ISFJ is like 13% of population, then INFJs in comparison are just like 1% of the population. Why? I mean, I didn't see the statistics by year, but it seems like that's more or less a normal distribution. Like why?
I have trouble believing all that stuff.
What exactly?
Well, I think a lot of those statistics are from the United States, first off. So I don't know if that would apply to Ukraine or not.
Well, I watched the statist for socionics, and it's more or less the same.
Yeah, and then I would say the other part of it is time, which isn't relevant to this discussion. And then I would say that a lot of the people that are being polled, I mean, some of them just wouldn't want to be polled. Like an INTJ is just going to walk by a poller asking them to do this test or whatever. I don't know.
But are you
That's it.
comparing to your surroundings, Mark?
Huh?
Are you comparing distribution to what you experience in your surroundings?
No, not really. I wouldn't say at all, really. If it was based upon that, then I would say definitely like there's a lot more INTJs than they say there are, and such like that. But no, I just think I get along with those people, so therefore we attract one another. And then we have conversations and hang out because we have similar interests and whatnot.
At the same time, I understand the point that so many people are just not interested, or like sensing types are less likely to take the test, right? But still, there are more of them. The people who are taking them, more of them are sensors. And like INFJs are the people who are said to be interested in this typology thing, probably one of the
That's a good point.
most commonly, and they're still very rare.
Right. I just don't know how they do the polling, and I don't know if it's just the online test and that's how they're doing it or what.
I think so. That's the only credible, source. That's the only place where I can get this information.
Hmm.
And definitely, it's not absolutely accurate, but still, some
It's
correlation.
the most accurate, and that's enough for almost everybody.
What?
Accurate enough, and that's enough for almost every single person everywhere.
I don't know. I don't know what I think about it. I don't trust it, but that's also my bias.
You don't trust the official test. I mean,
Whenever I take the
some-
test, I
some
almost
people-
commonly am either INTP or INFP, but I'm definitely INFJ, and I tested it the first time I took the test, and just my perception and values impact the way I answer it.
I've heard that a lot of INFPs type themselves as INFJs just because they like the types.
Well, what type do you think
That's
you are? INFJ?
Me? Yeah.
Why do you think you're definitely a J? I'm just curious.
Well, I definitely spend a lot of time just making connections between things, and I can't detect the any in myself. So it's like I can generate options, but it's definitely not a dominant or anything anywhere in the upper range. And I'm more like I really lose myself. Like if I'm in a group and there is something like I don't know, well the harmony is basically lost. I get really mad. Like I try to recreate it, and I'm generally a very calm person, but I could be very fighty if somebody's breaking the harmony of the group. That's
That
how.
might also be a bit FI dominant. Actually, INFPs have that a lot. That's why I hate them.
I mean, I don't like it when somebody takes over or controls a group.
Yeah, I don't think she's FI though.
I don't think
think so.
I think that I get the INFJ vibes from her, but now that she mentioned she's an FI dom, I am not so sure. Well, FI dom according to tests.
It's either INTPs or INFPs, so it's like
I don't know.
I think it's just a stage of life where I don't know. Usually, the struggle that I'm going through is like.
Do you struggle with predicting other? Well, no, I'll still be INFP. Damn it.
Like I really try. Like the first thing that strikes me is like if I'm in a group setting, it's like what's best here. Like or like not necessarily a group with the other person. Like I'm really into them. I'm walking in their shoes. But then it's like I'm trying to differentiate and find out what I'm thinking or feeling about it, and it's kind of the next step. So that's how I know. And for a long time, it's like I didn't really know what I was feeling. So I was dating an ENFP, and he was constantly asking, so how do you know? Like he was like, he had a FI strong, and I just didn't know what I was feeling, absolutely. I thought of what was logical to do, but not, yeah.
Alright.
I think what I was feeling was kind of secondary, and I didn't know the source of it.
That sounds like Ken.
Sorry, what?
Another INFJ on there. Do you know Ken?
A little bit, well, we
Yeah,
talked briefly.
I've heard him describe things similarly.
And
Heck.
another distinct thing that I know about myself is that
Suze,
I'm prone.
you are a heck of a mean person. You just tell everybody that they're subtype, that they're not subtype, and then you encourage them that they are certainly that type. Let me guess. After you make her certain that she's an INFJ, you'll question whether or not she's an ENFJ.
What's wrong with you? I just said I heard another INFJ say the same thing.
I'm joking, but it sounded like that.
Back down. No 8. 2. Destruction.
Hey, boy, don't be messing with the alpha up in here. She owns you.
Yeah, I was saying another distinct thing that I know is that I'm prone to feeling emotions of other people when not involved anyhow. Like, if I see the person going through the situation when they're embarrassed, I would feel embarrassed because, like, I understand that's how they're supposed to feel. I don't think that's what INFPs go through, or INTPs either.
I hate how an intuitive dominants are so rare, except for ENFPs. So when somebody actually brings an E to the table, everybody disvalues it. It's like, nah, not important. Not important.
I don't think so. That's not true at all.
Any is the most important function. Everybody who says otherwise is a censor or an auxiliary.
I don't know, at least in like where I work, NE is very valued.
Isn't
you
that
work?
What is not? What?
Where do you work?
An IT company.
Intuition is not valued in an IT company.
Depends
how do
what
you know?
kind of position.
That sounds a bit weird because it should be overflown with NTs, especially INTJ and INTP.
Not really. Lots of sensors.
Fuck.
Clever NT
Maybe.
is taking the dominant position because obviously they see the vision, but the people who are actually doing the work are SJs and such.
Wait, so they're not programmers?
They are.
The most common people to be programmers are indeed NTs.
Well, I don't know. If you take a look at Ukraine, it's very in demand, and there are lots of people involved. And I'm saying a lot of them are sensors.
Isn't that awful when someone else is embarrassed and you can just kind of feel it for them, and it's like, you feel so strongly.
Horrible.
It's the worst, and then you just like want to yell at them to just stop doing what they're doing.
It's like there is this thing when I'm watching, like, there are TV shows like Tones of Talent shows, and then when I watch someone perform and they're like, I don't know, they're acting weird or they're not singing right, I get embarrassed for them. That's so painful. I can't watch that stuff.
I might change my mind.
What?
Alright, there's a lot of ISTJs. I was wrong. There's a lot of ISTJ programmers.
And why did you change your mind?
Hold on. There's multiple graphs, and some say that it's the most NT thing, and whatever. So, if you look at this, then according to this graph, INTJs are the most common programmers, then INTP, then ENTP, then ENTJ, then ISTJ, as much as ESTP and INTJ, which is quite surprising. According to this, there's a lot of I haven't read through it as much, so I'm not sure. According to this, it should somewhat be like that. Can relate to that too. Well, I don't know what you can relate to because I haven't seen that. Oh, never mind. That kind of thing, of course. Hello there, Anthony.
Yo, how you doing?
Yo.
Mm. Mm.
Looking at the graph, it's funny how NFJs just represent just exactly the same percentage even among programmers.
Yeah, but it's how many times there are more. So it's not a question. It's just over to underrepresentation in program population to general population ratio. Not exactly the. But yeah, the ISTJs are still the most common programmers. Yeah, there's a guy, and I think he's an INFJ programmer, which I found pretty interesting.
Everyone keeps leaving and then coming back. I think it's a glitch.
Yeah, but I think that there's like 8% of INTP programmers. Which is a lot. Weep. Yeah. Order as away.
What are you building?
I am fixing something, so it's according to my ideal.
Of what?
Being the optimal usage of light and torches. So there's like one torch here, one gap here, one torch here, one gap here, and so on forever. And it wasn't there in the beginning, so I've had to rebuild it all. Because I've
Is that
continued on the pattern. I've continued on the pattern even though it. God damn it.
is this like a transport system?
No, directly. It's, well, yeah, directly. Look. It's like a transport system, you go very quickly down and very slowly up. So it's kind of ineffective when you want to run away from zombies or something, but I still take it.
Oh, that's kind of cool. It's a good idea.
I think I might add ladders so I quickly get up to, and I don't have to actually press and space each time I want to get a level higher.
You said you were developing your own theory, right?
Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty stuck right now. I'm trying to get the order of the functions, and I'm finding really awkward and annoying data.
What makes it different?
For example, I think it's one of the things that I'm not saying it's not identical, but I'd rather figure it out on my own. That makes sense.
Yeah. Like, do you still use? Well, yeah, you use the same functions. You're just trying to figure out the order, like for the types, or what?
I still use the same functions, but they might be slightly altered and simpler. That's one of the reasons I'm doing my own theory, because it's simpler. Found a lot of the things there really kind of astrological, horoscopic.
And the original theory?
I wanted to make clearance of that and actually transcribe it to something more, in my own petty words, rational.
What have you done so far?
So far, after about half a year, I think I've kind of almost nailed the cognitive functions, and I've said, oh, okay, it's close enough, I can use them now. And now that I understand the cognitive functions, I'm trying to interview my ESTJ and INTP friend to figure out the order of them too.
So, for example, like what's TE?
TE is, alright, so I've kind of translated it, and in reality, hold on. Wait. To have, I don't know, loops. Then you say, fucking hell, loops, and then you can say that, for example, it jumps, and that it speaks, and that it floats around, blah blah blah. And this will be a wrong TE function, the wrong usage of the TE function, but you just group all of those functions together. So thinking is actually describing function of an object. You just group it up, and out of all of these elements, you'd make a group, right? You'd make a group.
Okay.
And that one group is a one function, one entity.
So it just categorizes.
Yeah, it sort of categorizes, but it doesn't have to directly. So you kind of have functions of a car, and when you cope them together, you get a car. So the
Okay.
car, and the car's function is it drives, right?
So
you get
it just
one,
takes a bunch of defined objects and categorizes them.
not defined objects.
Well,
It doesn't categorize them directly. It transcribes the function of an object or a set of elements. It might even be, there's a thing that I'm not sure of, and that is whether or not it does have to be functional object. So you would couple a bunch of relational objects up together and then feed them to TE, which will make one big function out of them, and that will be a way of them interacting, a way of the functions actually interacting with each other. So yeah, TE just groups up a bunch of elements through a function. So 50 things, when they get coupled together, they drive. and now they're one entity instead of 60. So it's
So then I'm going to assume that TI is just the understanding, your personal own understanding of that.
It's the same function, just in a different direction. You take one informational element and make a lot of informational elements from them. So like in the same way, FE. In the same way, FE is a sort of the same thing, but an easy way to remember my kind of FE is that FE is a basically stereotyping function. FE and TE are basically stereotyping functions. They make things easier. So you could basically say they're a categorizing function. And then you have, and you can imagine this little black thing as a balloon, actually. As a balloon. And what TE does, it makes the balloon, right? TE makes the balloon, so it appears.
Okay.
But TI pops the balloon, so they can the relations get just popped off away.
Okay.
So it understands it. Because when you have an entity, you don't know what's inside of it until you pop it with an.
But the
function.
TI is still almost personal, though, isn't it?
Doesn't have to be.
Because two people can logically understand things different ways and still come to a right TE conclusion.
Yeah, because they have different resources.
Okay.
By the way, the function that gives me the most problems at the moment is S. It's SE.
Because SE is interpreted in a million different ways throughout, like, every theory.
I don't listen to those theories, but within the cognition sets, it is too ambiguous and too messy, I'd say.
Yeah. In socionics, it's almost like any, because both of them sort of see potential.
Yeah, so the thinking is in reality transcribing function. Feeling is in reality transcribing relation. So you have